A gunman and a woman are both dead tonight after he opened fire in front of a Hawthorne police officer. A 12-year-old boy was also hit and is hospitalized tonight. The shootout happened at Rosecrans and Cornwall Meadows early this afternoon. CBS 2's Juan Fernandez is there live. Juan.
Well, Paul, investigators tell us that 12-year-old boy and the woman who was shot dead here are mother and son. As for the man who shot them, investigators still don't know. In fact, they're still out here on the scene trying to figure it all out. A white tarp shields two bodies in and around a car after a deadly midday shooting. Investigators say a Hawthorne police officer was parked on Cornbluff Avenue monitoring traffic when a woman pulled up, saying she was being followed. Seconds later, police say another car pulled up.
The right front passenger of the suspect vehicle got out and began firing at the driver and passenger of the vehicle in front of the police officer. The police officer immediately got out and an officer-involved shooting occurred.
Investigators say the man and woman died on the scene. The 12-year-old passenger in the woman's car also hit by gunfire but survived and is in stable condition tonight.
So you're pretty sure?
I'm pretty sure that's him.
Visibly distraught relatives of the man shot by police showed up on the scene and believe their nephew, a 37-year-old man from Rialto, was the one who was killed.
This is pretty hard for us because we had just seen him today. We just seen him. I just seen him about 12 o'clock today. He's a good kid. You know, he's a good kid.
Investigators still don't know the relationship between the man and woman. They do have the driver and backseat passengers of the male suspect in custody, hoping to get some answers. And investigators telling us as for a motive they don't know as well. They're looking into every possible motive, including road rage. As for the names of the victims, investigators have not released those just yet. Live in Hawthorne tonight, I'm Juan Fernandez, CBS 2.
Flowers and candles sit at this corner where investigators say Denise Berry was shot and killed in front of her 12-year-old son and a Hawthorne police officer.
Me and my partner were doing some work over here on the side, and we heard shots. Boom, boom. 5 rounds, 6 rounds going off. We were running for our lives. It was like, whoa.
Stephen Hernandez was working at this roofing supply company when the 12-year-old boy was shot multiple times. That boy has been interviewed by investigators at least twice, the most recent at a hospital last night. He said it was an exchange of looks with the strangers that he and his mother had never met, which triggered the deadly gunfire.
There were some feet hanging out of the car, and at that point, whether there was some looks exchange or whatnot, we're not sure at this point.
The child also told investigators that he laughed and pointed it out to his mother. Then the suspects began to chase them. His mother flagged down a police officer for help, but moments later, the white Cadillac belonging to the suspect, Robert Washington, pulled right up next to them and opened fire.
The suspect shot the female victim in the car and also the 12-year-old child. At that point, our officer engaged and shot the suspect.
We learned Denise Berry was working as a Metro bus driver the last 4.5 years. Today, we asked investigators about this ominous post on her Facebook page from January of last year. She wrote, "Driving the 40 line at Hawthorne and Rosecrans, this guy threatened me, so if anything happens to me, keep this guy in mind." Investigators say they are looking into that post, but at this time, they don't believe it's related to the shooting. Now, 2 men were inside the suspect's car. Both have been arrested. The Sheriff's Department is planning to present its case to the District Attorney's Office for consideration tomorrow. We are live in Hawthorne. Jeff Nguyen, CBS 2 News.
Wow. That was a tragic story right there, boy. It's like, picture yourself on a road, especially for a female. Picture yourself on a road and you're driving and you got some fools following you. You know you're like being followed. And then you stop and you see a peace officer and you wave them down to let them know what's up, and then you're gunned down right in front of the fucking police officer. Right in front of the police officer. That's crazy with this story. Now what they're saying is that the son, the 12-year-old son, he saw the people in the rear, or I don't know if were they on the driver's side or the passenger side, or what lane they were in. I'm not sure, but the kid was saying that him and his mom were pointing, well, he was pointing at this driver and laughing like, ha, ha, ha. You know, when you're kids, you do stupid stuff like that. You just point and you laugh, stuff like that. Which is not right to be doing that. And then what happened was, when he got to a stoplight or whatever, and when she went to the cops to say that these people are following me, then one of the suspects shot her and gunned her down, and shot the son too as well while they were in the car. Oh man. Crazy story out in Hawthorne. It's crazy out there in these Cali streets, I tell you. You know, somebody in my family is very dear to me, which is my tia, my aunt. She's, all her life, she's had that bad habit as far as when she's on the road, and if somebody cuts her off or do something, you know, that she don't approve of in traffic, she'll cuss them out. She'll yell from her truck. She'll be like, motherfucker, motherfucker, you bitch, you hoe, you faggot, this, that. She still does that to this day. She still does that, and it's not good. And I was telling my brother, I was like, man, auntie need to control that shit, because these motherfuckers that be driving, they be packing heat in their cars. And what if she's by herself without neither one of us around? You know what I'm saying? It's like, she got to be careful with that, and she still has that habit. It's not good, that rage, you know what I'm saying, that road rage, you know. She don't believe in a horn. Well, she uses the horn sometimes, but she's more like mouthy, like verbal, like she'll insult people and stuff, and that's not good. And that sucks, man. Just one simple stupid gesture can get your mother killed and get you shot up and injured. You know, of pointing, simple pointing and laughing. Can't be doing that out in these fucking crazy Cali streets.